We are the MVPs.
Record.
All right,
Where are you going?
you right.
We don't have time. We only got break once every 2 weeks now.
You know
Record.
what? He's right.
Bro,
NXT. We record.
relax, so I already told him I'm off tomorrow too, bro.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
was gonna say, hey, we gotta do 7 podcasts. Do a list. Fuck it.
record. We only got to break once a week.
It's the truth though, and I'm already recording, so we good. But yeah, now look. So if you think about it, right? Like we find
Yeah, we going right into
they
it.
finally doing the right thing. All right, the Don is finally being used correctly. All right, he pulling up on the biggest nigga in the room, Obafemi, and slammed that nigga down like a bag of chips. All right,
Yo.
yeah, got rid of that nigga. He's like, hey, we got hands for him now. He got hands for him. Now the Don's gonna die though. Like the Don's not winning. like Tony
He
D'Angelo
probably
is not winning. But hey, it's gonna be nice to see.
I like how it advanced storylines. Like I thought NXT was good at doing that. It advanced a lot of storylines. Rick, that was perfect to advance him and Pete Dunne's whole thing.
Perfect.
Trick costing Dunne his shot at the title. That was fire. And it low key kind of came out of nowhere. It was unexpected, honestly. I thought that was fire. I was like, oh, I like this. I like this a lot.
I like that.
Yeah, that was dope.
So my nigga Joe Hendry getting his title shot.
So you got Joe Hendry and Ethan Page. That's gonna be fire.
I
Y'all believe
believe
it?
in Joe Hendry.
They setting up the North American Championship to be what's this? Kalani Jordan, right?
Yes, Kaylani and Wendy Chu. Let's do it.
Kalani Jordan and Wendy Chu. That's I think that's gonna be fire, low key. And then they got Jada Parker versus
Roxanne
set up.
Perez.
Roxanne Shante.
And then of course you got Obafemi and setting up Obafemi versus the Don. I like it. And then of course then the tag team belts. I don't know if they're gonna be on the show.
Yeah, so
I'm assuming they will be.
call it? Axiom and Nathan Frazier won their rematch, and Duke Hudson, the MVP of Chase U, and Riley Osborne, the flippy dude of Chase U, they pulled up and was like, "Hey, if you want to get a title shot, you got to go through us first." So they was like, "All right, bet, say less," and they did.
Right. So they get the title shot at
No Mercy.
at no Mercy, right? Right.
No mercy.
NXT No Mercy.
These niggas just, well, whatever.
So yeah. So you got all title matches, and then you got a grudge match or a feud with Pete Dunne and Trick Williams.
I'm liking that card.
I'm a huge fan of that card. I think it's gonna be really good, man. I think NXT slowly but surely coming into their own. I like how they developing their own people.
Hey, guess who pulling up next? You already know already. Guess who pulling up? Say it, so. So you already know who I'm about to say. Say it, so.
Me? I don't know.
I mean, you could be. I mean, at this point, who knows? Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks pulling up, and then we're gonna get Julia to pull up. Yeah, man.
I thought you meant who was like going. I'm like, yeah, me.
Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks not going to NXT. I think Ricky Starks is going to the main roster. I don't think he's going to NXT.
I'd be fine with either one, to be honest with you.
I'd be fine with either one too, but I'm just saying I think he's going straight to the main roster.
All right, well, SmackDown need people. I'll tell you that they do need people.
That's part of the reason why I think that's the same thing with them tag teams they bringing in. Motor City Machine Guns and the Lucha Brothers. Neither one of them are going to NXT. They both going to SmackDown. Well, one's going to SmackDown, one's going to Raw, but they going to the main roster either way. I think the Motor City Machine Guns. I think they're going to end up on. I think they'll end up on Raw possibly, and the Lucha Brothers will end up on SmackDown. Either or is fine though. I'm not mad at either one.
Hey, I listen. I'm fine with throwing all them niggas on SmackDown because SmackDown needs as much help as it can get. Like, bruh, the hell is going on, bruh? SmackDown has been stripped away
This
of everything.
SmackDown biggest issue right now is just they don't have a lot of
Of anything.
main event scene talent. They have talent everywhere else. And the rest of the title pictures are fine. It's the main card, the main event scene is where it's lacking because it's like you have Cody, you have Roman, but Roman isn't there like that. And then after those two, it is a drop off because then you got it would be what AJ. They had Randy, but now Randy's on an entirely different show now. Then you go to Kevin Owens. You know that's I mean, like him or not, that's a drop off. And then after him, who else is it? Solo? I'm not putting Solo after him. I'm just saying like there's not much left. I would say you got Cody, Roman, Solo, and then Kevin Owens. After them, who the hell else do you have? Like I said, AJ, but AJ ain't been on TV and he's already had his shots at the title. So it's just like they got to build people up. I think to a degree, people I feel like are. I think they got a point as far as having an issue with the main event scene to a degree, but also I think people are just being impatient as well.
Nah, I can't really call it impatiency because the roster hella slim.
It is impatience because it just got put there like in April. Like doing full on roster split where there's a Raw and there's a SmackDown roster that just started again back in April. Here we are in August. It's 4 months. Like, motherfuckers, that's impatience, bro. Like ain't
It's empty though.
nobody
It's empty.
nobody's getting
They just took Randy.
nobody's getting built up. Again, nobody's getting built up that fast.
I mean,
And then you still partially part of the problem is this. It ain't even just a lack of stars, it's the fact that and motherfuckers want to combat this all they want. I really don't give a fuck. But the main issue and problem is Cody is boring as a champion. No, for whatever reason, people don't want to admit that. And then when you say that, it's like, well, you just don't like Cody and you love Roman. It's like, it has nothing to do with that. The facts are facts. Cody is boring.
no, it is facts. That right there, that's one thought. Like Cody is trash. Like let's not get it twisted. Cody Rhodes, Cody Aloysius Rhodes is garbage. All right, his run's been
Cody
garbage.
is boring.
He's still catching up to Damian Priest, and Damian Priest ain't been champion in about like 3 weeks now. All right,
Facts.
like Cody.
That's a fact, though. Like, and I'm sorry, I have a problem with this right here with what I'm about to say, which is I don't like. I get it. The champion shouldn't be wrestling every single solitary week because that kind of takes away from the champion being special. But in the same breath, they should be doing something. They should be having at least one match on the actual show that they're representing. So, with whether it's when Priest was champion on Raw or with Walter now and Cody being the champion on SmackDown, these guys don't have matches on TV anymore. Like Cody, correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be.
You're
but
right.
Cody has had one match, huh?
You're right. I know you're going.
Cody has only had one match on SmackDown since he's been champion, and that was with Carmelo Hayes early on when they first did the brand split again. I can't think of a single time. He's been in fights, he's been in segments, but actual match, he's had one match.
I haven't seen him fight since WrestleMania.
I mean, he been doing the whole getting dog walked by the bloodline shit. That's about it. Outside of those types of segments, actual matches, 1. That's ridiculous. And low key, they do it with a lot of their champions. It's like the mid card champion is the one who has the most matches. At least on Sammy was when he was Intercontinental champion. He had at least a few matches while he was champion. Priest had a couple matches. Cody ain't doing shit. I see Cody everywhere but wrestling. Why is Cody out here doing interviews? Who the fuck is he? I don't care about a Cody interview. I don't like hearing him talk anyway. He got a fucking lisp, and it's hard to look past.
You had to bury that man lisp like that?
Cutting these weak ass promos, and it's just like even if you're trying to get behind him as a champion, it's like how he don't even fucking wrestle anybody. All with the exception of one of Cody's matches since he's been champion, have been at pay-per-views.
But like, what do you want to talk about though?
Man, fuck that.
Oh.
Oh god.
Like niggas got to start having some matches, bro, and it goes for the champions. It goes for, and also to me, it goes for fucking some of these other talents they protecting too ain't having matches either.
Well, my thing is this. Let's say this for SmackDown reasons, okay?
Marquiz, cut it out.
It ain't just SmackDown either, bro. Though what I'm talking about, because like
Raw needs
Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, neither one of them are having any matches outside of at pay-per-views.
Raw, they do have their own small problems as well. Like the tag division still sucks over there as well, and yes, that Drew and CM Punk could help to you. Like, don't get me wrong. Like like AEW does a lot of things wrong, but one thing they did do right was when CM Punk came in, they had that nigga do a bunch of like random side matches just so that at least he can like warm himself up for when he has to have that big match. So you can CM Punk can wrestle at least one like match. Like he ain't gotta do it like every week. Like you can wrestle one here and there every blue moon. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't gotta just always just be here just to.
He ain't gotta wrestle nobody with a big bro. He can literally do what the guys in the past used to do, like on any random Raw or SmackDown back in the day, especially during the Attitude Era, probably during the Ruthless Aggression Era too. You could get like the world champion, or even if it wasn't the world champion, you get a high level wrestler just wrestling. You could be wrestling somebody out of a tag team. Yeah, because even the person in the tag team losing the match, it don't hurt because it's a singles match, not a tag team match, and he's a team right now. There's no reason to not have a random CM Punk versus Kofi or Xavier Woods type match, or just anybody, something.
And you know
have
what,
them do.
And you know what I would like to see too? It's something that they do. They've done it for years, and some people kind of hate it, but I actually enjoy when I see it happen, just because it's always funny. You could team Punk and Drew and have them face two people and do something like that. Like you could do it's a once in a blue moon thing. You can be like, all right, we're gonna do this. Y'all don't like each other, but too bad. Guess what? You teaming against, I don't know, name a tag team. I don't know, AOP or something. Name some niggas and be like, all right, there you go. You facing them.
Yeah, they use this. They've used that quite a bit, but you didn't necessarily have to do that. Just put them niggas in a random match, bro.
Oh yeah, just give them a random match against, like, I don't know, The Miz or R-Truth or somebody, or even if you want to build somebody, you can give them a nice little 8-minute build match with somebody, where somebody calls out Punk and be like, nigga, you trash and you washed. Drew trash too for not beating you already twice.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna wash you in 8 minutes, and then they have the 8-minute match, and then they get washed. But it's like, hey, at least they stood up for themselves. They made a name for themselves by coming out there and saying
they made a statement. They used to do it to build people all the time. Have random matches with a person that's very high on the card with somebody that might not be high right now, but somebody they could be high on in the future. Kind of like what they did with Carmelo versus Cody.
There you go.
Even going further back, one of my favorites, Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Like random shit like that. You get a random Monday Night Raw match with Stone Cold versus Bubba Ray Dudley. Shit like that, bro.
Out here being afraid or something. Shoot, he could have a normal exhibition with a friend if he wanted to. Him and Kofi just
Road
be
Dogg
like,
and The Rock.
him and Kofi just be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
something
bro.
like that.
We can just have a match, because why not? Like, you can just do stuff like that, bro. Come on. Just. We're not telling you to send CM Punk into the machine and have him get grinded up. Like, nah. Let the nigga have at least one match.
Exactly, bro. Just a good random TV match ain't gonna hurt nothing, bro. Sometimes random matches need to happen just to see this person in action.
And you know what?
I don't think
If he tears his ACL, better to tear it on Raw than tear it on pay-per-view.
Basically.
Like, plain and simple like that. At least when it happens on Raw, you're like, all right, we'll go about our day. If it's on pay-per-view, it's like, bro.
And you don't have to do it all the time, but you still have to do it at some point in time. Like, god damn. Like, bro, came back last year. He's had 2 matches. One of them was the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, good times.
And that was in January. He didn't have a match again until SummerSlam, which is in August.
Get a nigga a match. They hell y'all doing?
Like, I understand he was coming back from injury, but it's just like, okay, he's good now. Let's do something.
Yeah, ramp it up a little bit. Get his body going.
That sounded crazy.
Yeah, I know. All right, so SmackDown need people. So I say we start doing the wrong thing. Okay, let's start splitting up some niggas. All right, we need to throw Montez in the single scene. We need to make Ciampa the GOAT.
Wait, you call Montez single? That is crazy.
That's not what I said. I said actually that's what I said.
But see, even with the whole Montez thing, you know how you could do that? Like, you could have them pursue singles championships while still being a tag team too. I don't know why people automatically think you have to break up a tag team.
Yeah, exactly. You don't got to do that
to make them singles wrestlers. You can have them pursue singles championships while in a tag team.
Precisely.
That's probably polyamorous.
It sounded kind of dirty. All right, let's see.
I've seen a thread. On Twitter. I think it was where it was a lot of people saying like advocating for that. I seen a post on Instagram that said the same thing too, advocating for like basically motherfuckers saying like, "Yo, Montez is a superstar. If y'all push him, what the fuck are y'all waiting on?"
For him to be old, so then when they finally do push him, it's already too late. Nobody care anymore, and that nigga old, and then he gonna tear his ACL.
It's like, bro, Montez is a bona fide superstar, bro. Like, he has everything you would need to push. Like, he could legitimately be, even if you didn't want to make him world champion, it's nothing about Montez Ford that says he can't be Intercontinental or U.S. champion.
Hey man, it's a thing about Triple H where he not, which is weird because he didn't used to do this, but he's not capitalizing when niggas is hot, and he gotta like do it. Cause right now Jey Uso been in the backstage area for about like 3 weeks now, so I don't. Actually, I didn't watch this past Monday night.
It's like they intentionally trying to kill.
On TV?
Say what now?
I didn't watch this past Monday Night Raw. Was Jey Uso in a wrestling match on TV? I'm going to take that as a no. Because, yeah, Jey Uso, he ain't doing nothing. He just be in the back. That's it. Which is a problem, to be honest with you. You had your guy who's hella over, just chilling backstage, talking to Sammy. That's it. gonna do this to this dude stop being over?
Say what again?
I said Jey Uso ain't been on TV in a wrestling match in weeks. So
Bro, I don't get it. I don't even know what the fuck going on. It's like they intentionally killed his momentum.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Jey Uso was red hot at one point. Like, motherfuckers was ready for Jey Uso to be world champion. Like, and nobody really truly had a problem with it.
I still don't have a problem with it. My problem mainly is that these niggas just got us in the back, just chilling, talking to Sammy. It's like, what y'all doing? Waiting on the bloodline for you to kick up or something to send him over? Like, is that what y'all doing? Because you don't gotta keep him in the back room to do that. You could literally just, send him over and have him do a match or something. It's not that hard. It's real simple. But yeah, I didn't see this past Monday Night Raw. Did anything important happen?
Not that I know of.
Like, at most, all I know is that the Wyatt Six and Gable, something with them happened, and I think we finally gonna get Bo in a singles match against Chad.
That would be nice to finally happen.
Yeah, I think that's all that happened. What else happened? I think I saw something with Judgment Day stomping out Priest and Rhea. Yeah, that's kind of it, really. It's kind of the only thing I saw. There might have been some more important things that happened, but I ain't really get to that. But let's see. We covered NXT. We covered SmackDown. We covered Monday Night Raw. Ish. Yeah, because all SmackDown guys, the Bloodline, everything else don't really matter. I mean, Street Profits gonna face the Bloodline for the tag titles, but that's kind of it. Everything else kind of just there. Hopefully they again build this stuff up as they go. Let me see. What I have my notes on TNA? Anything going on TNA? Let's see. Josh Alexander cuts a promo saying Joe Hendry's trash and he's just a meme. Okay. Then he calls out Nick Nemeth and says he's a transitional champion. Nick comes out and then kicks his head off and says he'll face him next week and we'll end him. Alright, cool. Well, there we go. It's a nice little Dolph Ziggler story we got going on there. Alright. I think they really want to keep Joe Hendry on NXT. So, I don't know when this contract expires with TNA, but hey, definitely gonna sign to NXT.
I don't know if Ethan Page is. I don't think he's losing to Joe.
No, he's not losing to Joe.
I know a lot of people think Joe everybody thinks because Joe hot right now, he winning. And I think that's like a common misconception in wrestling. Joe ain't winning yet. He might win at some point, but he's not gonna win yet.
See, what I would do personally is, it'd be nice if he like started merging some stories. We're not merging, but connecting some dots. So when Nick Nemeth inevitably gets Josh Alexander out the paint, and that nigga is just still gonna be angry, since he just got heat with Joe Hendry. When Joe Hendry has his match with Ethan Page, you get Josh Alexander to pull up mid-match and hamp dude up, costing him his match.
Who's doing what now?
So in TNA, Josh Alexander has a problem with Joe Hendry, and pretty much turned heel and got Joe Hendry out of that title match that they were having the other day. I forgot what pay-per-view it was. and he's been talking smack about Joe Hendry ever since. So when Josh Alexander ends up losing to Dolph Ziggler for that title gimmick that they're gonna have, I assume that's today, probably. I don't know. When he ends up losing to that nigga, in his heated rage, it'd be nice if y'all had this dude pull up from TNA to NXT No Mercy to cost Joe Hendry his title match. And then when Ethan Page slides by with his win, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, man, look at me. I beat the great Joe Hendry. I'm that nigga. It's still my era." And then this is where you send out Trick to finally be like, "All right, bro, we sick of this. You ain't win this belt. You know, you ain't win this belt fairly. You kind of just fell into winning this belt, and he barely won that match against Joe Hendry because he got cheated. And now we're gonna have our final one-on-one match to get this, and this is how we get the belt back on Trick. Plain and simple, short and sweet, to the point."
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's got some unfinished business on TNA, so that's another reason I think he's not winning either.
Yeah, he got some unfinished business. He got some business to handle. He'll come back to NXT for them belts in due time, but for now, let him handle his problems over there first, and then he'll be back. Cool. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank y'all for joining us again in the MVP's Lounge. We hearing y'all back to back with vids. So yeah, we just hit all the topics, all the food groups. Tomorrow is SmackDown though, so we'll get to y'all back on that one in the future. Till then, thank you for joining us in the MVP's Lounge. The MVPs are out of here.
Peace.
You must be sleeping under a rock or something.